all the various end-of-the-year issues, and what it contained is a real rollback in terms of consumer protections as related to derivatives, and it was a real windfall to these powerful economic interests, and I voted against it, and that was a primary reason.
Great.
Do you see that a lot of the reason it passed is that there's a huge amount of influence of corporate money in campaigns and in the lobbying system and in our courts, because corporations have the rights, constitutional rights of human beings to use that in the courts. They've been winning, especially since a lot of people are buying judgeships. What I see is the only way to overcome this really bad problem that affects all our voting ability in our democracy is that we need a constitutional amendment saying that corporations are not people and they do not have constitutional rights, and that money is not the equivalent of free speech, because we're just watering down our democracy by money.
I have voted for a constitutional amendment to limit campaign spending going back. I wonder, is that me, Danny?
I think it is.
I don't. But how could it be? You don't do anything.
If I take this off, can you guys hear?
No.
Just maybe hold it.
How about if I talk like this? Let's give this a shot. Yeah. Let's give this a shot. Okay. Still not yet a success. We'll give this a try. So I voted repeatedly for a constitutional amendment to limit campaign spending, and I will again in the future. And I think your diagnosis of how serious this is, if anything, understates the problem. This Supreme Court has basically said that the rich guy's checkbook is no different than the poor guy's soapbox. That's pretty much what they've decided, and I couldn't disagree more strongly with that particular theory, because what they're really saying is basically all spending, no matter how much is dumped in an undisclosed kind of fashion, is protected by the First Amendment. And what we're basically doing is saying, in the name of, this is all protecting everybody's voice, is what amounts to undue influence, where some voices simply have a lot more clout than others. My sense is this is going to continue unless we can generate a grassroots uprising to change it. And I continue to believe that it's possible to do that, and the reason I do is because I've seen it and been part of it. About 2 years ago, you might recall, there were anti-internet proposals called PIPA and SOPA that were produced, and all of the powerful interests were for it. Hollywood was for it, the Chamber of Commerce was for it, every possible major economic interest was for it. And 45 United States senators, that's like an army in the United States Senate, was co-sponsoring it. And I looked at that bill, and I think this bill is a big mistake. This bill is really going to dismantle the architecture of the internet and what makes it so special as a tool for democracy.